any signs of this giant shade we were told about. Oh, these are materializing specifically to die, so I can't let them, I'm not going to let them down. This must be like going into a hazardous alien environment for them because sunlight is so bad for them. You can even see him steaming, burning up. They see he was just trying to hide in the shade of that rock. Well, they should have thought about that before they leapt out to attack a bunch of... Well, think about it. These are the same guys who've been who kill innocent travelers. So, yeah, even if, as far as they were concerned, we're just some random schmucks they could easily kill without it facing any consequences. Oh! On the subject of that, it's so sweet that these defenseless kittens think they can stand up to Nier. It's adorable, isn't it? It's pathetic is what it is. Hey! Cute little guy. Your blood is mine. Wait, there's one up there? Well, we better go catch it. By catch it, I mean kill it. But you know that that's what I mean. Where is... I could have sworn there was another one up here. Guess I was wrong. I guess I was mistaken. It's odd that we're just finding a random pill lying around, though. Yeah, you guys can handle that one. Wait, hold on, there's something over there. What is it? Another old school book, eh? I just saw this little twinkle and Nier's hunter-gatherer instincts come into play. I apologize about his wasted magical attack. Makes it look goofy, like he's a trigger-happy maniac. Maybe he is, just a little bit. Look out there. Whole world of shades to kill. Really, though, if we kill enough shades, we're gonna find out where Yona is. Except that Nier isn't the one who found it out, it was... Hopla. But still, though, to get there, we're gonna have to break down the magic barrier, we're gonna need to kill lots of shades. Also, there is another thing over here, so Nier's gonna Olympic sprint over to it and pick it up. Now, I also know that there's one over there by that rock near the railroad, but at a certain point, we have to call it quits, We have to take a break at some point. Now let's go back to the origin of this illness, shall we? I almost hate to imagine what we're gonna find here, But I'll check anyway, fine. Besides, we do need to... Well, we'll see what we can do for that kid,
This is the village from the dream.
Yeah.
Truly a nightmare I hope never to experience again.
I hear you.
Nier hasn't been here in, what is it now, 5 years? I think so. Well, there's the mayor. Still just mayoring around, as mayors are wont to do. Yeah, not much has changed here. Trees aren't even any, they've kept them trimmed just the same way they were all those years ago. But before we speak to the mayor, I want to go check on the other folks. Oh, she's sitting down now. Huh? The key to the Shadow Lord's castle? You're talking crazy talk. Anyway, enough of your madness. Let's talk about my story. What? On that very day. These locals are just obsessed with words. Much like me. I am a writer. Though I'm only seeing 4 words right now. She's had a very eventful past 5 years, hasn't she? Yup. Very eventful. It almost looks like an abstract design. If you framed this and hung it up in an avant-garde art gallery, people would claim it brilliantly represents the way that consumerism impacts the human psyche, you know? I mean, there's that, some painter who's basically his entire career just paints rows of dots and he's, makes thousands, if not millions of dollars on it, you know? Well, at least they were thorough. Quite. Okay. Hold on. You're that, guy who wanted to form a world government. How's that going? What? Unusual activity? Here? No, I don't think so. But I do have an incredible story for you. Want to hear it? No. Bye. Stuff! Oh. I shouldn't have done that anyway. These folks are pretty desperate nowadays. This, though, is finders keepers. They should have, first come, first serve. Most of these people are magic users anyway. Okay, so Mayor, you want to talk? Ah. Oh, hello. Hi there. How are things? Huh? You want to know if anything unusual is happening? Well, I have been feeling a rather strange presence whenever I visit the Divine Tree. The Divine Tree? Yeah, it's a legendary tree that exists in the heart of our village. Did you investigate the cause of this presence? Not really, no. And why not? Well, we're not really supposed to go near the tree, except for prayer. And why is that? I don't know, alright? It's just how things have always been. Weird. Well, guess we're gonna take a look near the tree. And hopefully something will happen, right? Right, of course. Why do we seem to encounter nothing but odd people lately? You should talk, Weiss. Pah! As if Grimoire Weiss is capable of spouting such nonsense. Hang on. I don't think he's done. That'd be nice. Black. Pure darkness. Painted over everything. Words. Scattered here and there across the blackness. Kind words, difficult words, amorous words, all sparkling in the dark like little jewels. The words were few now, but time was shorter. Grabbing the words in desperation, the tree turned to the sky. This is wrong, whispered the tree in the voice of wind through the leaves. This is not how it was supposed to be. The plan has failed. Once long ago, the tree had remembered everything about the world. This was its task, its purpose. It shivered with something approaching joy as it collected the memories of mankind. This was no accident. Emotions were as much a part of the tree as root and bark. Memories collected like dew on the thick green leaves of the tree, and once they had formed a web that spanned the entire world. Words collapsed into sunlight before passing through the leaves and into the pool of memory. From the pool, the words joined together to form colonies. The colonies united into whirlpools of light, and the light coalesced into stars. Each star was like the child of the tree, and it loved them all. Look at my memory. A child is here, brought low by disease. He is far too young to have suffered so. Thin beyond words, the boy's skin is a shade paler than the bleached hospital sheets upon which he lies. His parents no longer visit him, for they cannot bear to watch him suffer. The doctors have long since surrendered his fate to the gods. The boy, too, has abandoned hope. Strange emotions, weariness, hatred, swell within the dark recesses of his young heart. He tries to reject the black terror that germinates in his body, but no amount of effort or tears can drive the invader away. He has long ceased to resent his parents and doctors. Once he did, but now his pain is so great that there is little room in his heart to think of others. Only one person brings the boy comfort, a healthy young girl with tan skin and deep green eyes. She is a beacon of brightness and light in the boy's world. Her very presence is a comfort to him. But he is unable to look upon her face. Whenever they meet, the boy is filled with loathing for his own state. Soon this loathing eats away at what joy he receives from the girl's visits. The girl will stop coming, he knows this. His every waking moment is spent in fear of this day. He thinks that if he could talk to her, if he could tell her his feelings, that this might not be so. But this conversation never happens. The girl disappears. The boy dies alone. The tree scoops up this memory and carefully stores it within itself. Etched upon it is a single word: envy. Look at my memory. There is a female warrior. Her greatest enemy is a beast with red eyes that she cannot fully comprehend. When she strikes it with her sword, it turns into a pillar of salt and dies. But when the white smoke clears, a new enemy rises, and another, and another. The warrior knows that her struggle is folly, but fighting the unending stream of enemies fills her with a sense of joy and purpose. Somewhere deep in the warrior's drug-addled mind lies a vague memory of a daughter. Perhaps the child exists only in her head, the dying remnants of a powerful dream. She does not know. Her friends and fellow warriors come and go. Some flee in terror, some are eaten. She began the fight with 63 companions, but most are gone now. The warrior's body shudders. She does not understand why at first. By the time she hears the fierce low sound, the arena is already enclosed in darkness. Looking up, the warrior sees a beast so large that it blots out the sky. She is laughing. She's been doing so for as long as she can remember. Covered in blood and dirt, the warrior laughs. She laughs and laughs until the town that contains her daughter collapses into a pile of dust. This memory has been stored for a long time. It is etched with a single word: loss. Look at my memory. A red dragon falls from the heavens. Ah, that memory has been lost. A shame. It was a favorite of mine. After many centuries of existence, the tree saw that its carefully labeled memories were beginning to dwindle. Once seemingly infinite, the memories now seemed ready to disappear forever. The tree did not feel sadness at this. Grief was an emotion beyond its comprehension. It did, however, have the distinct feeling that something was missing. The mountain of memories it had so carefully assembled had disappeared. The tree stretched its branches as far as it could, but new memories refused to flow. The pool of memories was a black, empty pit, a hollow place where life had once flourished. The tree had lost its purpose. There was nothing to be done but sift through the few remaining memories littering the ground under its branches. This is why the tree was pleased when the man and his companion entered the room. "Well, this place is gloomy as hell." The room Nier had entered was almost completely empty. All he could see were a few crystals scattered haphazardly on the ground. Picking up one of the crystals and peering into it, Nier suddenly saw a familiar sight. It was the Forest of Myth, its villagers prisoners of their own dreams. "I apologize," the tree thought. "This is all that remains." As Nier stared at the jewel bewildered, a voice suddenly called out from the depths of his mind. The voice implored him to listen. It was an order. Following it was mandatory. Abruptly, the pair realized that they must listen. They must listen. Look. A small, shadowy presence appeared from beneath the floor. It looked to be a shade. The shade grasped several jewels in its hand. More jewels tumbled out of its mouth like shards of broken teeth, sights and sounds tinkling from each one before vanishing forever. The creature was abusing the memories, treating the precious objects like a collection of cheap playroom toys. This shade appears to be consuming the memories. That little thing is barely worth my time to kill. The tree extended a branch toward Nier. Without a second thought, Nier brought his blade down on the shade, tearing its stomach wide. Jewels burst from the shade and poured across the chamber floor. Look, thought the tree, there is the conviction memory I had lost, and satisfaction, and many others as well. Yes, this is good. The tree opened its mouth and attempted to speak, but no sound emerged. A millennium of silence and solitude had caused the tree to forget certain things, but rather than be upset, it greeted the development with good cheer. Focusing all its power on the riddle of speech, the tree formed a kind of makeshift vocal cord and tried again. Ahem, I implore. And it coughs. It spat out a glimmering green jewel. One more time. I implore you. There we are. What was the color of the lost envy? It spoke! This shade has intelligence and emotion. Who cares? Nier brushed Weiss's comment aside as his sword sliced through the shade's right arm. The shade extended its remaining arm to Nier. Must touch him. I must make contact. The moment its fingers brushed against Nier, the tree felt a warm sensation begin to burn. Something hot coursed through its fingers, up its arm, and out to its entire body. It was emotion, more than the entity had felt in centuries. The tree cried out in surprise and joy. 1,000 years alone. 1,000 years in quiet contemplation. The tree felt like it was going to break apart. For long centuries, the tree had been alone, its heart sealed with heavy chains, but no more. New, powerful emotions began to take hold, causing its heart to lighten. This was more than the simple emotions it had been designed to feel. It was the beginnings of a soul. And the man was the key. This was the promise made long ago. This was how it would be released. The tree's stomach began to throb in pain, a new and unpleasant sensation. But the time was not yet right. I implore you, how many were lost by the warrior who fought the red-eyed beasts? Okay, riddle time is over. I'm gonna kill this stupid shade once and for all. Something round and shiny fell from the open stomach and clattered to the floor. The key! Shouted the book. Grab the key! The man's sword slowed. Time began to dilate around them, stretching and slowing. Time is essential. The next word must be heard. The words exploded. It became difficult to discern their meaning. The pool of memories began to crack as infinite blackness burrowed its way into the wall. This world is falling apart. How can a world of letters? I implore, most important thing, world. The light was complete. The memories disappeared. The tree's identity began to dissolve. As the letters slowly faded, Nier was drawn back to the real world, and the tree was satisfied. What in the... I never realized that shades were capable of rational thought. I don't care if they can tap dance and play the fiddle. Can't I just kill something without all this voodoo nonsense? With the tree defeated, we no longer have to worry about being buried in its world of letters. Unless, of course, time itself begins to rewind. So... this tree is what created the death dream. But why? And not only that, a shade was this tree? How peculiar. Well, shades can be intelligence, although the writing suggested that they have not had, like, any kind of intelligence, or at least nothing more than an extremely basic form, for over a millennium. Maybe Popola has some new information. Let's go see her. Very well. Shouldn't, you be telling this to, say, your companions, like, Kaine? Like, don't they care what you're doing?
Hello.
Weird presence has left the divine tree. And it really made me think. I mean, why are we worshipping a tree? Doesn't that seem odd? Sometimes I wonder why we do any of the things we do. Oh, that reminds me. I have a rather interesting story for you. Would you care to hear it? No. These stories can kill you. Anyway, I thought the control of the words on this place had been lifted. Well, I mean, maybe. Okay, I'll talk to you. Wait, hold on, we didn't get any information about the illness. Did we? I guess not. Okay, Mayor, I'll tell you what. I'll listen to your story. I owe it to you.
Hello.
For some reason. Well, the reason you worship trees... In the real world, a lot of people worship trees. But it is odd how inclined humans are to worship things. Oh, it's just more of this. I'm sure it's a great story, whatever it is. I've never seen anything like this in another video game, though. It's kind of an interesting effect. So we just had a boss fight that was done entirely through text. How peculiar. Certainly, and it's the most interesting shade we've met so far. But like Popola said, people take time to change. And so it'll take time for the power of words to really leave these people. Such a fascinating tale. Are you being serious? Of course not. That tree was created to hold memories, though. But why? What does that even mean? Who did this? Well, probably has something to do with Project White Snow. All this does. So Devila knows Kaine, huh? Oh, Yona, such an innocent. Well, heck, maybe now we'll meet that giant shade. It does look like there are a few shades just up ahead. Just up ahead. Oh, but we missed them. Ah, well. So many shades out there, I'm really not sure you can kill them all. Whenever it feels like we're about to, there's always more. I've never seen a shade this huge around here. Be careful. This is a formidable foe. Well, we finally found what we've been looking for. Oh! Or something. Yeah, this is a formidable foe. You're right about that. I suppose that's hardly surprising, though. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. First of all, we gotta take out the small ones. They're nothing but distractions at this point. Next of all, secondly, we take out these ones that are shooting out magic. They might be just small fry, but that doesn't change the fact they're causing us quite a bit of harm. And now we can focus on the tall fella there. I don't appreciate killing children, I mean, it's just not my cup of tea. This thing really does just come up out of nowhere. Yeah, that's definitely the largest shade that we've ever seen around here. Nier was sure that was right on the money when he said that. Wow, is it tough, though. It just goes... You know, I tend to think that... I feel like I get kind of cocky sometimes. Like, Nier can take down any shade he meets, you know? I begin taking on that kind of attitude. But the truth is... that, I mean, you know, there are some very powerful shades like this that even at this point aren't the easiest thing to take on. And even that attack barely did any damage. Like, if that barely phases it, what will phase it, you know? I mean, compare its strength to this little guy. See, that guy can barely take a few hits from our sword. It's nothing more than blood on our sword, in effect. But this tall fella is... I thought I was still practically at full health, though. I mean, I thought I had, like... I thought I just used a health item. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, okay? That really did hurt, and I don't appreciate that. I mean, imagine this thing attacking some random kids, you know? Those kids who admitted they go out here to play, imagine what would happen if they met this thing. There'd be a bunch of dead kids. That's what would happen. You see, this is a service for everyone. Who benefits by having this guy around? Maybe he's heard legends in Nier. Maybe he thinks in Nier like, oh wow, Nier, yeah. This is that guy who no other shade ever managed to beat. I'll do what the others never could, and take him out. The shades even have some kind of communication network? I mean, they clearly work together in some capacity. That's probably just because the Shadow Lord is organizing them to. I almost dived right into that one. Yeah, you can't quite reach behind you, can you, even though you have those long arms? You think they'd be pretty good for things like, say, scratching your back. But clearly, they don't do much for it. They're just like walking around with giant clubs. Yeah, this isn't substantially stronger than that one. Well, it is substantially stronger than that one we met in the plains all those years ago. But the difference here is that, you know, we took that one out with what limited capacity we had back then. Surely we can take this one out with our much greater capacity we have now. Like, you know, Nier can be hit by this more than once and not die. Well, not too close. In general, being anywhere near it seems to be a pretty bad idea, and yet there's Kaine just wailing away. Times like these, I wish the sun would come out. Yeah, these things, imagine that thing appearing without warning. Now, it is true, most people could probably run away pretty fast, but it has ranged attacks. It would throw one of those slices after some running, you know, peasant, and that's that, they're dead. I'm glad those shades over there have decided not to get involved. I mean, they probably, you know, at this point have seen Nier come through here enough times that... Well, of course they haven't seen Nier come through here. Because every time Nier comes through here, all the shades are dead. So maybe it would be a good idea to leave a few around so that they can tell all their shade buddies about what's going to happen if they mess with Nier. That was a nice shot. Except too slow. You need to anticipate where Nier is going to be, not go for where he is. Why is it focusing on Nier? I mean, because it noticed that Nier really brings home the pain? Probably. Okay, so I think this more than makes up for the fact that there wasn't a traditional boss fight in the Forest of Myth. And now, one less terror in the world.
Stupid trash getting in our way.
It's hard to imagine a shade being here. It's almost like it was waiting for us. They can't be that intelligent.
Oh, really now? Can you truly say so with all confidence? The tactics of the Shades grow more intricate with each passing year. It would not surprise me to see them setting elaborate traps for us before long.
We'd better wipe them out before they get too smart.
If we take out the Shadow Lord, we take out the Shades. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, you know, when it comes to... well, I don't know, I guess, I mean, I keep calling them genocidal opponents because, you know, they are. But it's also true that we're trying to exterminate them. Isn't it? Still! They started all this.
Hey,
We killed it. My daughter is dead. She passed while you were gone. Here, take this money. I won't be needing it anymore. That shade will kill no one else's daughter. Even now, Nier has its blood splattered over his gleaming chest. Okay. Gloomy days never bode well in these parts, do they? I wish there was a smoother transition between his walking and running animation. Sort of like he flickers between them. I'll talk to Popola, but first I want to talk to some of the kids in town about this illness.
I wish I could leave this place.
Don't we all, kid? I mean, I already knew that.
Food has been getting pricier and pricier. Things have been so hard since my husband went away.
And at this point, everybody in this town's lost something. You know anything about the Forest of Myth kid? The forest totally cursed him. That's why he's sick. Everyone told him not to play there, but he did anyway. It seems something happened to the child when he entered the northern forest. I believe that area is more commonly known as the Forest of Myth. A forest curse? You think curses actually exist? I will withhold judgment on such things. For now, we should visit the place and see for ourselves. Alright, to the Forest of Myth then. But we'd already figured this out! We were just there! Why didn't we go then? The kid's already said, oh, he was in the northern forest, he got sick after he went to the northern forest. Does it really take you that much to put two and two together? Be like, oh, well, it must be because of the forest magic. We already heard of people going there and getting curses like the death dream. Maybe we should call them illnesses. How intelligent are shades? It's true they've been getting more intricate. They're learning to attack in groups and have some kind of military organization. This one has not learned, though. And now it's going to die. Hey, you guys want to... oh, they're not wearing armor. Must be because it's, you know... Man, this is one powerful weapon. Oh, hey. Man, they take out shades faster than those shades can do anything. You know, faster than you can say genocide, they kill shades. I know it might be a bit insensitive, but I guess when you get down to it, that's what it's all about. Who here might know something about curses? Everything seems normal here. We appear to have hit a dead end. Hold on a moment. What's that on the ground? Just some funny-looking berries. I'd wager those berries are poisonous. Maybe, but I'm not hungry enough to find out. So it wasn't a curse, it was just poison berries. Would you look at how huge that blade is? Look at that. I mean, I've noticed it's been on display for a while now, but I hadn't really been thinking about this. Look at that thing. It's enormous! That blade alone is like the size of his whole torso. It's no wonder he has to be so tough, big, strong, broad-chested to even lift that thing. I'm kind of blown away. I'm not surprised, but... Anyway, the Forest of Myth is not a place with too much of a thriving economy, but... You guys solved the mystery yet? No, we got nothing. So, what's with the berries? We picked them up over by that huge tree. I thought maybe... Here, hand them over, I'm starving. Are you mad? Those berries are clearly poisonous. Even one such as you can't hope to... Damn, these are delicious! Give me some more. Really? Well, in that case, I suppose I should try one. Think Weiss was right about those berries. My stomach feels like somebody stuck a sword in there. Hey now, what's wrong? You look like... Oh no. Oh no! Don't tell me you ate one of those berries. For the love of trees, those things are deadly. Quick, take this antidote before you perish. I thought I was a goner there. What kind of an idiot are you? Didn't you see the lumps? The unusual colors? Why, even a child would know better. Look, I was just trying to... Wait, did you say child? Oh, crap. Bet that kid ate one of these berries. It's quite possible. And if the poison is this painful to an adult, I can only imagine what it would do to a child. Hey, Kaine, did you take the antidote? Don't need it. God, those berries were amazing. The truly amazing thing is that your stomach is fouler than your taste in clothing. If you had genitals, I'd chop them off right now. That poor kid.
I still can't feel my arms. Or my legs.
I feel fine.
You must have a cast iron stomach, Kaine. Oh.
The hussie's internal organs are as filthy as her mouth.
Why do you have to be such a shithead all the time, Buck?
Well, her clothing is foul and so are her words. So I guess it all, matches up. They have a good dynamic going, Kaine and Weiss. Now, don't they? I don't see any shades around. Probably because it's a sunny day. Oh, here are a few. They learned to wear armor, And so, too, if they, it lets them fight in the sun. In addition to, giving them all-around protection. So, and, they're learning to fight in... Well, they've been fighting in groups for years. You think they'd know better than to just run out here in the middle of the sunlight, though. It is telling, I think, that they carry around medicinal herbs, though. You think the same medicines work on them as on humans? I wouldn't think so. These things... shades don't even seem to have, organs. Well, I guess they have, skin, maybe. I don't even know if that's what you could call it. I don't even know what it is. I hope I'm in time to help your son. Ma'am, I think your child ate a poison berry. If you give him this antidote, he should recover. Oh, thank you. I'll have him take it right away. Glad to hear it. And perhaps remind him not to eat foodstuffs he finds on the ground. I am so glad we saved that kid. Anyway, Debopola.